going on, guys? It's Game Nut here, and we are back on the Madden 15 Ultimate Team, and we have a big game ahead of us today. We will be playing in the conference championship game of the playoffs, and we have to make sure that we make it to our first Super Bowl of Ultimate Team. Now, I've always made it this far into the playoffs, the conference championship game, but I've always gotten knocked out of the playoffs at this point, so that has to change today. I am determined to go ahead and make it to my first Super Bowl appearance of Ultimate Team. I know, at this point, I really should already have at least an appearance into the Super Bowl, so we're just going to go ahead and jump right into our matchup today, you guys. I mean, I really don't have anything that I've done in Ultimate Team whatsoever, whether that's like a player or just really anything in general, before we get into this game. So we are just going to jump right into this right off the bat and go against my opponent in the conference championship game. One game away from our first Super Bowl appearance. So, as you guys can see, we are playing away at the Chicago Bears, and my opponent does start off with the ball in the start of this game. So on a 1st and 10, Robert Griffin III, immediately in this game, the first play gets taken down for the sack. That was me actually using DeMarcus Ware, so we are coming up big in the first play of this game. So now on a 3rd and 5, Robert Griffin III steps back and finds his receiver wide open on the sideline, and he moves the chains. He keeps this drive alive, as now on a 1st and 10, he hits it off to beast mode. And this is the same exact Marshawn Lynch that I have on my team, the 97 overall team of the week. And this guy just kept finding every hole and just was just pounding me with the run game. I mean, every single hole, he just found it with that Marshawn Lynch. So on a 3rd and 8, again, he finds his receiver on that same play wide open on the sideline. So on a 1st and 10, Robert Griffin III on the read option, and Brent Grimes goes for the tackle. And he must have hit it with his fist. He knocked the ball out, and on just like that, we get a turnover. My opponent was already in field goal range, so if we couldn't have stopped him, he would have for sure gotten points on the board. So that is definitely a huge turnover. We can now go ahead and convert off of this and go up early on my opponent. And we get the ball back at the second half as well, so this is definitely a very, very good way to start off this game in the conference championship. So now, after a Marshawn Lynch run, we got to go ahead and give it to LeGarrette Blount, who checks into the game. On a 2nd and 1, he does plow forward. And so now it's at a 3rd and inches. He couldn't get the first down on that, but we go to the counter play to Marshawn Lynch, and I love this play. It is a fake to the fullback, and it is just an out pitch to Marshawn Lynch, and he gets a huge chunk of yards when we only needed a few inches to move the chain. So now on a 1st and 10, we're going back to beast mode. Gets a few yards for us, but now on a 3rd and 3, we go to Wes Welker across the middle of the field, and usually on that route, he always ends up getting hit and drops the ball. But unfortunately for us, he keeps the drive alive, but we soon come to find out later on a 3rd and 6, our tight end cannot get anywhere further past to the first down marker, so we have to settle for our 3 points. But you know what? I'll take it. It is playoff football. We did get a turnover, so that was some free points for us, so I'm definitely going to go ahead and take that. So now, my opponent's second drive of the game, he hits this one off to Marshawn Lynch, and like I just told you guys, he found the hole and just gashed me. I mean, look at this. Back to the same exact play. Marshawn Lynch gets another 10 yards on that carry. I mean, this dude was just finding every hole with Marshawn Lynch and was just getting so many 10-yard carries in this game. It was absolutely ridiculous. So on a 1st and 10, he finds his receiver, keeps the chains going, and he now goes head back to the same run play with Marshawn Lynch and goes down the field another like 13 yards on that play. So now on a 1st and 10, Marshawn Lynch this time only gets about 3 yards on that play. So now Robert Griffin III does step back, and by the way, you guys, this is the Combine Warrior RG3, the 96 overall, if you guys were curious about it. On a 1st and 10 on the no huddle, Robert Griffin III. Another costly fumble for my opponent in the red zone. In the conference championship game, this is where mistakes cannot be made, and unfortunately for my opponent, that's all that was happening to him. He just constantly kept making mistakes that he really could not afford. So with 40 seconds left, off another turnover, I have to make sure that I again go ahead and convert on it. But I don't want 3 points, because if I get another field goal, my opponent can just, you know, go ahead, get a touchdown, and immediately take the lead. So we got to make sure that we come out big off of that turnover. So after taking the sack, it is now 2nd and 20. Andre Johnson, look at this dude breaking guys off of him like it's nothing, and gets an amazing chunk of yards, and we are already in field goal range. Now, with 7 seconds left, I said, you know what? Let's be a little bit risky. It is the conference championship game. We could get knocked out just before the Super Bowl, but you guys already know this man. You've already met him. He is the real MVP of this team. Rob Gronkowski, man. I love this guy so much. And we go up 10-0 in this game for the conference championship game. So now we're going to go ahead and flip forward to the second half of this game, into the third quarter. For some reason, my opponent comes out in an onside kick formation, and I didn't want to waste the timeout, and it wouldn't let me, audible to the onside kick, so I was a little bit worried, but thank goodness it was kicked directly to Brent Grimes, and he goes ahead, and we're already in field goal range, so we can go up another score in this game off of my opponent doing, something stupid like an onside kick. So now Marshawn Lynch, second carry of this game, and the game gets paused. I don't know really what's happening. I hit resume, it goes back in. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and call my play, but then all of a sudden the game, it starts going to the loading screen, and at this point I'm not exactly sure what's happening. I was freaking out. I mean, did we get the win? Seriously though, seeing that almost brings me to tears, because we have finally made it to our first Super Bowl of Madden Ultimate Team, and I seriously could not be more excited. I told you guys at some point I was going to be getting to a Super Bowl, and finally we are making it to my own Super Bowl. Not, playing against my opponent who is in his Super Bowl. We're finally in my own Super Bowl Madden Ultimate Team. So I am super excited for this next episode, you guys. I don't know if I want to make any lineup changes because of the fact that my team has gotten me here. I've made a few along the way, but if they got me this far, I think that they can go ahead and get me a Super Bowl victory. So this episode was a little bit short after that gameplay, so I said, you know what, let's go ahead and do a few packs. Let's see if I can get anything out of this. Maybe it'll help my team out if we go ahead and get something good out of this. Maybe, we can get something that'll sell for a lot of coins that will help me go ahead and pick up someone who would definitely help out my team. So you saw in our first pro pack, we actually did get a free pro pack, which was kind of nice. That was a nice little gift to see out of that. And then our second pack from, that free pack, all we really got was a certificate of authenticity. So now in our next pro pack, we're going to go ahead and we're just getting some gold players. But I didn't want to stop there. I had a good feeling that something good was going to come out of these packs, at least an elite, because I feel like the elite odds have really been bumped up. So we go ahead now and we get another certificate of authenticity. So I don't know why I'm getting so many of those. I can't complete the set for it yet. I still need, I think, like 2 more after even that one, but there's not really any good players in that set anymore, so it's really not even worth it. But we go into one more pack. We get some high overall silvers, which might sell for a lot, and then our flash, and we do get an elite player. It is a road to the playoffs elite Brandon Albert for the Dolphins. And now obviously this guy's definitely not selling for a whole lot, and he's not going to help out my team, but you know what, at least it's an elite. I might be able to get my coin back from the pro pack. So anyway, you guys, hopefully you all did enjoy this episode. I am so happy that I finally made it to my first Super Bowl. Expect big things in the Super Bowl, because I'm ready to go big. I'm ready to go play this game. I'm a little bit nervous because I really don't want to lose it, but I'm super excited. Thank you guys so much for all the support recently. You guys have been absolutely amazing. And speaking of that RG3 really quickly, I was thinking about getting him for my next season, but after that gameplay, I'm not exactly sure if I want to get him. But anyway, guys, like I said, make sure you go ahead and leave a like rating if you did enjoy the episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out, guys.
My throne is my desk chair, phone's my assistant. I don't need a servant, cause Sherry runs the business. I rise my castle, queen is my vixen. T-shirts my robes, unless they non-existent. Fans on my globe, chucks on my loafers. Honesty